find out the name. Oh, no, I'll give you the name actually. Uh, the teacher of Fritz Schwaderer was Hans Burkhardt. Hans, Hans, Burkhardt, Burkhardt. Burkhardt. Hans used to paint in a very eruptive style, very stylist, very much reminiscent of the things that Hans Hofmann and Maria Hofmann taught on the East Coast, which came to be called expressionism. It was action painting actually, or abstract expressionism, but it was action painting. Well, Burkhardt did pretty much the same thing. He taught it to Schwader. Schwader taught that to Hirschfeld, and I learned a little bit from Hirschfeld, a little bit from Schwader. Not as much as they did. I didn't never get into it that deeply, but I learned a little bit about it from them. And it's an interesting process. So Hans Burkhardt, look at his technique in particular, but also look at his choice of subject matter, non-subject matter, abstraction levels, and so forth. Look at where he went. And then compare him to Georgia O'Keeffe. I know it sounds ridiculous, it sounds absurd, but do that. Look at Georgia O'Keeffe in relation to his work. And then, let's see. Oh, gosh, there was a woman artist. I can't think of her name right this second. It's gone from me. But she did self-portraits, just obsessed with self-portraits. And her eyebrows grew together in the center. Yes, that's it. Frida Kahlo. Frida Kahlo. And look at her work in relation to Hans Burkhardt, and also in relation to those pretty flowers. You'll soon realize that the flowers that seem to be flowers are not flowers at all. And this is what is meant by wax is not always wax. So you're viewing, so you're going to then do a Hans Burkhardt painting. Just do a painting as if you were Hans Burkhardt. Okay? That is the essence of choice in painting. See, when you go to art school, you learn all the styles, everything. And then you settle down into one style, maybe, and usually it's the style of your teacher. So you can point to your teacher and say, I'm in that lineage. But there are folks who break away from lineage right away. And there's also folks who can't be taught art. They know it already. If they innately know it, they don't have to be taught. Tommy X was one of those folks who could outperform, at the age of 3, he could outperform any of his teachers in the field of art. And so did Dolly. Dolly had the same kind of incredible talent. And and you'll see that in a number of painters and sculptors, the people who really came across, really made it. Rodin is one of those people. Not only did he make it, but by the way, one of his pieces is in the rotunda of the Capitol. You can actually, when they do interviews, you hear that Rodin piece is behind them. He's the guy that did The Thinker. I don't know if you remember The Thinker, but he did The Thinker as well, which is the only known bronze of a person on a toilet. He's leaning forward and he's just reaching for the paper. It's called The Thinker. You've not seen that? Yeah, there's a companion piece called The Stinker, which is also by Rodin. But this is before Rodin attacked Tokyo with his friend Godzilla.